Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It's Shoonnee, and today I was in Superdrugs, and I love sleek cosmetics. I always buy sleek stuff. Sorry, I'm not in the light center of the shot. I always buy sleek cosmetics, and I came across their new Lifeproof foundation, and I believe that's why they stopped doing the other foundation which I reviewed a couple months ago. I will leave an iCard up here.
Says Lifeproof your look with the foundation that goes the distance. Soft focus powders create a blurring effect and help to reduce the appearance of fine lines. The all-free formula can help skin look even and shine free whilst imperfections are concealed. And then it highlights that it's sweat-proof, all-proof, medium to visible coverage.
Now, usually when I do a little foundation test, I will wear it and then I will go out. But as it's the middle of the day and I really have nowhere to go apart from Play Center to get my son, what I'll do is I'm going to try and do a sweat test with this item. So we're just going to get into it because I like to waffle. The packaging is fresh, as you can see. This was the darkest colour they had, which was LP21. Don't get me started with sleek recently, because I've had gripes with them for the past year, where I believe, well, the first time I saw sleek was in the black hair shop, you know what I'm saying? So I just assumed they would have more colours for us. However, there was only 2 dark shades, and I can't even call them dark, they were deep shades, shall I say. 2, which was LP20 and LP21. Everything after before that is beige, bruv. Beige. Sink that in, beige. So I've got falsies on and I don't want them to pop off. I need to open this package. As you can see, it's a sealed product. I'm gonna open it and I'll be back. Got the little bugger open now. Now I must say that you get 1 fluid ounce, which is 30 mils, but the actual container feels empty. But let's go in with a swatch. So I'm gonna just open this. I don't know how runny it is. I've never used it. I didn't even get tested in the shop because they had no testers, so hence why I just went for the darker shade. But as you know, there were only 2 dark shades in this range. The rest were beige. That's what I got to say. They were beige. There was nothing in between. There was nothing darker than this, which I find despicable. Anyway, so I'm just going to put it on my arm here. Oh, okay, so hella runny. Okay, so you can see how that kind of squelched out onto my skin. Now I don't know about the match of this foundation to me because I couldn't match it. It was Drugstore, but I'm just going to swatch that down my arm so you kind of see the shade. Now it is darker than what I would usually have, but I'd prefer darker because I can always lighten it up with different products. So basically that's how it swatches. In terms of how it feels on my arm, not too bad, quite a light feel. So I'm just going to wipe that off so it doesn't get on my clothes. My usual 2 pumps. It feels like there's nothing in this bottle, so you go pump. I say 2 pumps, you can't actually measure it out, so I got about that much on my beauty blender, and it is let's go in. Now I've primed my face, I've put my setting powder all over because I get really oily, so I'm just gonna go in. 1, 2. It says it's mediable to full coverage, so we're gonna see how full a coverage it is, because I've got a lot of hyperpigmentation, and when it says full coverage, I don't like to color correct. I want to see what it's going to do by itself. On a normal day, I would color correct. Oh, this is ridiculous. Okay, that's a bit better. It's the weather today is funky. Like, a test to see if it is sweat proof, because they got a lot of claims, these foundations. They really do. They have a lot of claims. So I am going to jump rope to see if this is sweat proof. Now the only problem is, because it's not that heavy of a coverage, I don't know if you guys can even tell. So I'm gonna just put a little highlight on. I am going to go and change, put on my stuff, and I'll be back when I'm all like sweaty and disgusting. Alright, so I'm going to skip through a bit, guys. Okay. And I make funny faces when I skip, but oh, it's a bit on the, it is darker than my complexion. However, I don't mind a darker foundation. I can always work with a dark foundation more than I can work with a light foundation. Yeah, you can always mix and blend it with other things to kind of bring out the pigment, less pigment. So I'm going in with another 2 pumps. I find this formula is really, really light on the skin. It doesn't feel like, it feels like I've put a tinted moisturizer on, really. I'm not really feeling like cakey or anything, so that's good. It's definitely lightweight. Just going around my eyes. Around my halo brows today. I don't know what. I used the wrong freaking concealer for my eyebrows and they're just out there, and I've tried everything to blend it and it just will not go away. So I'm just going to accept to have halo eyes today. Work that down the neck a little poo. So yeah, it's much darker than my skin tone. Not too much darker. I think if I could have seen the range of colours, but as I said, there was only 2 dark shades, and with my experience trying to go for the one that is the one before the darker shade has led me into many problems. Okay, so I just went for the darker shade because I thought, ah hell, you know, we apparently only come in 2 shades these days. So yeah, Sleek, I need you to fix up. I really do. I need you lot to get it together. You lot were for people of colour, and now I'm seeing you, and I'm not hating on any other race that wants to buy makeup, but for Pete's sake, like, you know, if you started with a range of people, please extend that range, you know, and go the other spectrum and go the other way. Like, you know, make it wider a range. Don't just completely take our colours out, put in other colours, and then just forget about us like we never existed. I mentioned this in my Kat Von D thing, that Sleek is taking a piss, okay? They've taken out all the black models and they've replaced them with fairer skin models, Asian models. There are no dark skin models on the Sleek campaign. I've noticed that. So this is the coverage. I myself personally, if this was like my everyday, I wouldn't go in with any more than that. But as you can see, it's not full coverage, okay? You can still see a lot of my hyperpigmentation around here, and a lot of it here. The feel of it is amazing. I can't fault it, but it doesn't feel like I'm wearing, and it doesn't even look like I'm wearing foundation. In a way, I suppose that's good. Now, Sleek didn't have a setting powder because I thought, well, if I'm going to use their foundation, they must have a new setting powder. Oh, hell no. They don't have no setting powder. They had a powder to cream foundation, which was pointless because that's not what I need it for. So I'm just going to set my whole face with my MAC. And the thing is, with this MAC, because it's like my summer one, yeah, it's dark deep, where really I just need deep. So it is quite dark for, it's quite dark for my skin tone, but I love the finish of this powder. So ever since I've been introduced to it, I have not used it. Again, another brush that is wet, so I don't want to use that. So I'm just going to go in with my angled brush. Don't judge me because I haven't got another brush. I'm no artiste. So I'm just going to get some of that on the brush, and I'm just going to set my face. Ow! Ow! This brush is horrible, guys. This brush is horrible. Ow! Okay, so this brush is Urban Beauty United, which is an angle brush I just bought. It's horrible. I'll be emailing them later saying your brush nearly took out my freaking face, mate, and prickles. That's what it feels like. I'm pricking my face with this brush, really. It's terrible. A little bit of sweat coming on. A couple more minutes. Okay, so as you can see, a little sweat on. Hit that water. See the sweat on my forehead coming down. Has it survived? We don't know. So my whole face is perspiring. To be honest, it still looks like I got foundation on. I want to see if I can zoom in so you can actually see how the water is kind of sitting on top of my face. Yeah? So you can see it does have some sort of repellent action going on. You know? So now it's time to take a piece of tissue. Time to take a piece of tissue and blot my face and see how much product actually comes off that. You know, because I've never really tested a sweat-proof foundation before. So I wasn't 100% sure on how to go around testing this apart from making myself sweat and blotting it with some tissue, and let's see how much product comes off. What I should have done is done a blot test before and a blot test after, and then you could have seen the difference. But I suppose I'll leave that experiment for you guys. And so I'm just gonna I am literally pouring with sweat here. There's no doubt I'm sweating. My back's sweating, I'm sweating. And so I'm gonna just blot the sweaty bits of my face. And let's see how much of it stays on my face, shall we say, and how much is on the tissue. Okay. So did my highlighter survive the course of the sweat? A little bit. A tiny bit around here, still on there. Yeah. For a full sweaty face, yeah, that's not too bad, you know. I don't know if you can see, just that area there has got foundation on it. And it's hardly anything. Let me see if I could just bring the light down so you can actually properly see where it is. Yeah, so it's not that bad. It's not that bad. And I can't say it is sweat proof because I've never used a sweat proof foundation before. So I'm gonna just say, yeah, I suppose it is slightly sweat proof. So maybe you wanna look fly for the gym. Maybe you can mix this in with your moisturizer. It might survive your workout. I'm not sure, don't quote me on it. I did do the little experiment. Is there product still on my face? Yes, there is still foundation on my face. I'm still kind of sweating a little piece. And as you saw, it was really repellent around here with the sweat. It was just kind of just sitting on it and not moving. So I'm not 100% sure. I still got some highlighter on this side. The highlighter on this side, just a tiny little bit, but not that much. To be honest, I'm gonna say it looks the same as when I first applied it. It's not the greatest foundation. As you don't know, oh God, that's the skipping. Just got my headscarf in a place of discombobulance. Anyway, no, it's another made up word, don't watch me. As I said before, it was only $8.99. So, I mean, would I purchase this again? I'm not 100% sure. You know, I have really become a bit of a foundation snob lately and realised that sometimes paying the extra £20–30 for a foundation could be well worth your monies. Which I found recently when I bought the Kat Von D. I bought a Christian Dior foundation for nearly £40. The Christian Dior foundation, absolutely beautiful, but just too much red. Kat Von D, again, a gorgeous foundation. I cannot wear it every day. It's just too full coverage. So I suppose I would use this as an everyday. See how it goes for a week, because I will actually update all the foundations that I've tried recently. I think that's a good little thing just to give you an update on how they wore on my skin, what was the pros and what was the cons. So this again, This colour is LP21. It retailed at $8.99 at Superdrugs. They only had 2 dark shades that I could personally see. I don't know, in your branch of Superdrugs or Boots, they may have a wider range, but this is what they had available. This was the darker shade. So, like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Press the red button down there. Yes. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.